budget where it stands in terms of expense and revenue and some changes that may have occurred over the last number of weeks.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm so impressed with the art. These artists from the middle school and high school, so we really don't see the difference. Both the middle school and the high school have great art. So why don't we move on? Today is going to be very quick. It's just a budget update. In the budget update, there's three new parts. TRS originally was 10% of the salary of teachers and administrators. Now that increased to 10.29%, which represents an increase of $100,000 in our budget. There's a reduction in the workers' comp premium. Originally, I thought that in January that we won't have enough money with the settlement with the teachers. So I asked the workers' comp to send us this year money from our excess funds. And given the fact that we settled in a favorable way, I didn't need to use that money, so I'm using it for next year, so that's a reduction of $75,000. And then third, we have one teacher in the high school that Joe told me yesterday that we don't need to replace, so instead of paying an $80,000 reduction is the full amount, $140,000, more or less. Next. So here you can see the numbers at the beginning of in January. We had a budget, I cannot see from here. These are too many numbers.
Here.
Thank you. Usually I can see from there. Now it's too much. Thank you. In January 20, I said that our budget will be between 85.1 and 86.6. Then, if you remember in February, due to the fact that they increased our health insurance premium from 6 to 8%, I increased it a little bit on the bottom line. It stayed like that. With these new numbers, we have some increases in some places and on other ones, but I still believe that our percent increase in our budget will be between 2.1 and 2.7, closer to the 2.7. Our preliminary tax levy originally was between 3.5% and 4.9% increase. Then we got good news from the state. We got more money in state aid, so it came down to 3.5% to 4.1%. After reviewing how we're doing this year, I think that we're going to be closer to 3.5%. It's been a difficult year economically for the country, for the community, so I've been trying hard to reduce the tax levy for the community. So my belief is that we're going to be around 3.4% in the higher number of the 3.2 to 3.4, but way below the 4.9 or 4.1 that I was expecting a month ago. Here you can have our preliminary budget. Next one, please. Yeah. Again, very little has changed there. The only portion that has changed is that our fund balance, I'm increasing it from 2.75 to $3.5 million. And then you can see our proposed budget to be 2.8. Our tax levy increased about 3.2. Our tax cap, that really doesn't matter for us because we will never increase our tax 15.2%, but I still have to to report it and show it to the community. The only unfortunate part is that if the budget goes down, we need to talk about $1.6 million. Next, please. This is a very basic preliminary tax rate for the average house. Many years ago, we established that the average assessed value in our district is about $7,000 of assessed value. So the start estimated for the town of Portland is 1,400. That means that the state picks up out of the $7,700 of assessed value, the state picks up $1,400 for town of Portland, and basically the same for the city of Peekskill. So last year our tax rate was 1,121. This year we expect for town of Portland to be 1,156. Last year that house that had in town of Portland that had an assessed value of 7,700 paid 8,633. This year it's going to pay about $8,909. And I still don't have the equalization rate, so I'm basing these numbers of last year equalization rate. The equalization rate can move the city of Peekskill versus the town of Portland tax rate higher or lower. For the city of Peekskill, a house of $7,700. Last year they paid $4,600. This year we paid $4,800, an increase of $176. We have a long night. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer, but it's a quick review of where we are and where we can be.
Thank you, Enrique. Does anybody have any questions about this before we move on? All right.